Hi, I'm Carl Shusterman. I've been practicing immigration law for over 30 years. I used to work for the Immigration Service between 1976 and 1982, and then I went into private practice since then. And this is Joanna Hernandez, my personal assistant.
Okay, I'll be starting. Which family members can qualify for permanent residence immediately?
Well, there's a category, Joanna, of immediate relatives, and those are spouses, children, and parents of U.S. citizens.
Okay. Which family members can a permanent resident sponsor?
Well, a permanent resident is sort of limited. It's called the family second preference category. It's bifurcated into two separate categories. The 2A category allows them to apply for their spouses and their kids, which are minor, under 21. The 2B category, which takes longer, allows them to apply for unmarried sons and daughters over 21.
Which family members can a U.S. citizen sponsor?
Well, U.S. citizens have a lot more leeway as far as sponsoring family members. Not only can they sponsor their immediate relatives, that I mentioned before, but they can sponsor married sons and daughters, and they can also sponsor their brothers and sisters.
Can a person be sponsored by more than one family member at the same time?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, some of these family preference categories can be from 5-year wait to 22-year wait for brother or sister from the Philippines. So if you're in a line and you're not sure how fast that line's going to move, you may want to have a brother and sister sponsor you and be sponsored by your parent, even though you're a married son or daughter, and make it into a horse race. Whichever comes faster, that's how you get your green card.
Can a person change categories? For example, what if a child is sponsored by a parent who is a permanent resident and then that parent is naturalized? What happens then?
Yeah, that's a good question. So if, let's say that I'm 19 years old and my dad applies for me and he's a permanent resident. So that puts me under the 2A category. And then I turn 21 years old and I'm under the 2B category. And after that my dad naturalizes, and that puts me in the family first category, which is unmarried sons and daughters of citizens. And then I get married, and that puts me in the third category. So I've been through 4 different categories, and it works the same way if I'm not going to get younger, unfortunately, but if I get divorced or something, I can go from the married son category to the unmarried son category, which might be a little faster.
What is the procedure for a person living in the U.S. to become a permanent resident through a family member?
Well, the procedure is called adjustment of status. Hopefully the person in the United States is either qualified under Section 245I, and you can look at our video under the benefits of 245I, or they're on a temporary visa status, like an H-1B status or LL status, something like that. And in that case, their parent or their relative would apply for them for a green card. They would wait for the number of years that it takes to get a green card, and then when they get up to the beginning of the line, we say their priority date, the date their parent originally petitioned for them, is current. And then when that date is current, they can apply for adjustment of status, which means green card in the United States, and they can get a work card, and they usually can get a travel card, and they can get their green card by being sponsored by their parent in the U.S. Their parent gives them an affidavit of support and so on, and they get their green card without ever having to leave the U.S.
Great. What is the procedure for a person living abroad to get a green card through a family member?
Well, it starts the same. We call that an immigrant visa rather than adjustment of status. And again, their parent is going to file a petition for them. They may be abroad and never have come to the United States, or they may be in the United States. But they're going to get their green card when their priority date becomes current, not in the United States, but at the embassy in the country where they're a citizen. And they'll still need the similar requirements, affidavit of support, but they'll get their green card through the State Department, which is at the foreign embassy rather than in the United States. I hope this has been useful to you. If you have further questions, please consult our webpage under Green Cards for Family Members.